For nearly 34 years, Basic Software has been providing dealerships like yours with a dealership management system that is dealership-focused, success-driven, and competitively priced. Learn more at www.basic-software.com.
To educate the customer totally on all safety aspects of the machine, using it on slopes, weighting and ballasting the machine correctly.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Ballasting the machine is very, very important, especially if the loader is being used, your tipping angles, your lift capacities. Just totally educating the customer on all aspects of safety. One of the things is one of my pet peeves is once in a while people will leave anything hydraulic left up in the air, and the safest place when you leave the tractor is down on the floor with everything. Driving a tractor with a loader, a lot of customers want to pick that loader up so they can see where it is. The safest place is as low as you can keep it, whether it's empty or full, the bucket, just so your center of gravity's even and you've got an equilibrium with the machine. But ballasting the tractor is very, very important.
I did a
Correct
program
weights.
a few years back, and Alan and I were actually just looking at it in my office earlier today, and it's compact tractor ballasting guidelines. And I went through and took, for all the models Deere does, 4,000 series and below, what the minimum recommendation is for ballasting. And I've got customers that have done farm work for years. I've got customers that have been commercial, landscapers for years that have no idea how much ballast you really are supposed to have, especially when you're doing loader work. And what that allows us to do then is I can show that to the customer, because we of course can't force them to buy ballast. We can recommend it, but then I've got a sheet for that particular tractor. So if you buy a 3320 from me with a 300 CX loader, I've got a sheet that you sign that says I've been informed of the proper ballast that's required, and again, can't force them to buy it, but at that point in time, it's signed from them at the time of delivery, and they understand that if there's a warranty issue or a safety issue at a later date, and they did not have the correct ballast on it, they have been informed of it.
Just basically educating the customer on every aspect of safety and operations. You can really hurt yourself if you're not careful, but if you're educated on what you're supposed to do.
And if you explain why, a lot of
Yes.
us, you can just tell someone, don't do this or do this, but if you explain to them why. I had a customer at a previous dealership that was in a wheelchair and will be for the rest of his life. He had a round bale in a loader bucket, and he said he'd been doing it for years and never thought anything of it until the time when he lifted it too high and hit a little bump, and it rolled down the loader arms, and he ducked and hit him in the back of the neck and paralyzed from his chest down for the rest of his life. We never think it's going to happen to us. And the longer you're on equipment, the more you get that feeling of it's not going to tip, it's not going to do this.